back with Bobby and JD Radio. If you're just joining us, we're speaking with the team behind Elite Attorney San Antonio, which is a terrific resource for attorneys and anyone who needs any kind of law or attorneys whatsoever. Daniel Ramirez just talked to us about the mission of the Elite Attorney, and now we're going to jump right back in with Jenn Starr and talk about the in and outs of creating each individual issue. So how you doing, Jenn? Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate your time. So let's tell us about the layout of the magazine, how it's really kind of laid out to the public.
Sure. Well, in following with Dan's mission, of course, we wanted to have a whole section that gave legal advice to the community. So, that's our audience. But we have such a vast group of attorneys in San Antonio that do really neat, interesting things. Sure. So we wanted to highlight them. And so I kind of call that section Getting Personal, and it's in there as Getting Personal, but...
and that's really where you dive into each individual attorney. You kind of like learn a little bit about them personally.
That's right.
Where they came from, how they pulled themselves up from their bootstraps to become the big attorneys that they are here in the San Antonio area.
That's right. We have something called On the Side, which I love because... a lot of these attorneys, they're smart guys, or women too, I'm sorry.
Sure. Yeah.
But they do lots of stuff. And so in our last issue, we talked to attorney Tammy Wincott, who also owns racehorses. Wow. In one issue, we talked to an attorney who has a really cool men's boutique. In another issue, the attorney started a Michelada line. It's cool stuff, these stories of these things that they do on the side. Yeah. So, it's just more about them. But then we also do an In the Spotlight section where we highlight the people that support a lot of our lawyers. Sister Grace Wally was in our last one, and she is at St. Mary's University School of Law, and she's an integral part in a lot of our attorneys' foundation when they were becoming attorneys. So, we do people, judges. We're going to do investigators.
So Getting Personal is where you really look at the personal side. On the side is where you look at their kind of side businesses, that their entrepreneurship, aspect of what these attorneys are doing. And then In the Spotlight, you're looking for these other people that have kind of helped in the creation or the growth of all these different, huge, legal people here in the San Antonio area.
Correct.
And kind of walk us through this, like what sections are very consistent in every single edition.
We always start with a fast facts, and usually that follows our theme for the issue, and that will talk about historic facts in our law, or we've talked about, the first law school, or the difference between lawyer versus attorney, that kind of thing. And then we have a News and Noteworthy, where we'll talk about hot topics in the news. And then we'll have a Q&A that's usually, an attorney.
We've done that one. We've done that one. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Bobby and JJ Rito had a Q&A.
Right, that was yours from one of your great interviews. Yeah. And then we move into our columnist, Sylvia Romo.
Sure.
And
so that's the Ask Romo.
That's Ask Romo. Yep.
Tony?
Exactly.
Not Tony Romo.
Not Tony Romo. Okay.
And Sylvia Romo, and not the Sylvia Romo that you don't want to talk to, the Sylvia Romo that everyone definitely wants to talk to.
Yes, and send her your stuff, and she'll answer your questions. She's really interesting, and she's our only columnist. But then we go into Law Talk, and Law Talk really varies who helps with that. But we reach out to the different lawyers that are in our community. We ask them, like, what's your specialty? What do you want to talk about? Give us some interesting news, whether it be about, immigration or divorce. We'll have the advice in that section. And then from there we move on to our special section. So each issue is themed. We might have a real estate issue, which you guys have been a part of. We might have a...
Sure. I want the cover next time that comes around, by the way. I'm not just throwing it out there.
So would this magazine kind of go for anyone that's not a lawyer? Is it strictly aimed towards being a lawyer? Is it for anyone?
We're in the back cover.
For anyone. Yeah. It's for anyone. Well, that was Dan's mission, started for it to be for the client, for the general person who needs to know about, you want to know more. Why is this happening to me? I need somebody to give me advice. It's, sometimes it's hard to find a lawyer, but, we have online on our eliteattorneysa.com, we have kind of a guide to finding a lawyer as well. So you can find different ones for different
topics. What you should be asking to interview lawyers and figure out which one you need and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then you have us in there, and we're, cross-promoting the radio show and then our real estate stuff. And so it all has all top tier professionals. So, but that's kind of the what everyone can definitely know every week. You're gonna have fast facts, ask Miss Romo, the Q&As from different attorneys, news and noteworthy stuff, getting personal with all these attorneys, all their side business. So this is a lot of content. What makes you guys unique is that you're getting the best of the best in San Antonio, and they're providing the content.
They're providing content. We are researching the audience and talking to them. We also talk about restaurants. I forgot to say that, but we talk about where they go, where they like to go. It might be a hole in the wall or it might be fine dining, but we try to do that as well.
Well, J Prime's no hole in the wall, and I know that they go to there.
Right, but we're gonna find hidden gems.
Can you tell us some of the things that you have coming up?
Yeah, well, we have our holiday issue at the end of the year. Then that's going to talk about a lot about giving. And each issue we do talk about charities because tons of these attorneys are very giving. And so the holiday issue will focus a lot on that. And we might talk about legal issues that might affect you during the holidays.
Is that the one that we get the cover on, or
no? That's up in the air, Bobby. I'm not sure when that one's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're gonna have to talk to Dan about that. We're gonna just sit him down in a room and put the vice on him and see what happens.
That's right.
And so, who is your general audience for? I know that you. So it's the.
So it is the general public, and we will drive that home. It's for everyone to read. But I do want to say that our lawyers like to pick it up too because they want to see what their peers are doing. So I mean, you really get you run the gamut. I think
business people as well, right?
Of course.
I mean, business people want to know who's the who's who in law, because law kind of is just it spreads all over all different industries and genres, and so.
That's right.
So you have business people, you have the general public, you have lawyers themselves, and we have this consistent topic. And what makes you guys different, I think, is that you guys are getting content from the top tier professionals in the San Antonio metro area in law, and I like it. And of course, top tier real estate agents also, and radio show hosts were
they should get the cover.
They should totally get the cover. I mean, we're just throwing out there, whatever. It doesn't really matter. If you want some more information on how to get in touch with the magazine, you can go to their website, which is?
It's eliteattorneysa.com.
And then you have everything on there. Then you can everything. You can ask Miss Romo questions, and she get them answered for you.
That's right. And you sign on for a free online subscription.
Online subscription
right
is
to your
free.
Email.
Is free. You get it every time the issue comes out. You get it right in your inbox.
That's right.
Awesome. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Do not move an inch.